Bible is one book with many little books in it, like how Narnia has a set of chronicles that are made up of many books. Today, our story from the Bible is from the book of Matthew. Matthew is in the New Testament, the scriptures about or after Jesus. Matthew is one of the 4 Gospels. The Gospel of Matthew has a point of view too. It was written with the Jewish people in mind. So many of the points the Gospel of Matthew makes are meant to help prove that Jesus is the Messiah based on evidence from comparing his life to the prophecies in the Hebrew Scriptures. The very first thing Matthew tries to prove is that Jesus' birth shows that he has been foreshadowed. Mary is a young woman who is engaged to marry Joseph in a city called Nazareth. Nazareth is a poor town. Joseph was a descendant of King David, who had lived many centuries before, and was God's anointed king. However, King David's line is no longer kingly. However, Matthew's gospel makes a point to go through all the different descendants that link Jesus to King David. Mary is told by an angel that she is going to expect a baby, and God is the baby's daddy. The angel tells her that this is a special baby, and that he will be called the Son of God. Joseph is unsure of this baby when Mary first tells him, but God reassures Joseph in a dream that Mary is telling the truth and that the baby is holy. At this same time, a census is called. Mary and Joseph must travel to Bethlehem, the city of David, again demonstrating Jesus' line to King David. Mary and Joseph had to travel 90 miles from Nazareth to Bethlehem. Bethlehem is just over 5.5 miles from Jerusalem. Mary delivers her baby in Bethlehem. In Matthew's attempt to demonstrate Jesus' fulfillment of Hebrew Scriptures, he discusses the visit of the Magi, wise people from land east of the Holy Land. Matthew doesn't say how many there were, or specifically where they were from, just that they were scholars from other regions who saw signs of the Messiah in the stars and felt compelled to travel to see it for themselves. The process of traversing across the world, they came to Jerusalem, the capital city, and met Herod, who said that he wanted to worship the Messiah too, and asked them to inform him when and where they found the baby. Herod, however, was a bad man. He wasn't even just a bad king, but a completely bad man. For starters, he was the king because of his support of the Roman takeover of the Holy Land. So many people felt he was a traitor to his people. He was cruel and vicious. He killed his own children on suspicions of rebellion. He taxed his people beyond the point of poverty to keep his lifestyle lavish and focused on building projects to bolster his own legacy, like the Second Temple and Masada. The wise men saw through Herod and understood he was a bad man. After passing through Jerusalem, the wise men found the baby Jesus somewhere between birth and 2 years old, and they went home a different route and did not meet with Herod again. Meanwhile, Herod realized that the wise men didn't return, and he made other arrangements. Deciding to kill all the boys under the age of 2 years old, God had to intervene. Joseph had a dream and is inspired by God to move his family to Egypt to get them out of Herod's reach. Reasons to be afraid are all over the birth of Jesus' story. Mary should have been afraid to be unmarried and pregnant. Joseph should have been afraid to be thought of as immoral and unrighteous for his fiance's pregnancy. The wise men should have been afraid of the cruel and deceitful Herod. Joseph should have been afraid to move his family in the middle of the night to move them into refugee status, and to leave his homeland to protect his son. Yet all of them faced fear with hope and found the courage to do what God was calling them to do.